Salam sejahtera dan selamat kembali ke Muda dan Bijak. Bersama dengan kami, Salleh Mohidin akan membincangkan topik mengenai minat, menjadi, kerjaya, impian. Jadi bersama dengan kami pada hari itu, seorang anak kucing yang begitu talented sekali, very passionate about what he's doing, seorang yang very motivated. He is an audio engineer, a music producer, a composer for music scores for top movies in the Hollywood blockbusters, and many more things which he has accomplished. And now let's welcome on Muda dan Bijak, Alvin Wee. Yo,
hello, guys.
How are you, brother?
Hey, I'm good. How are you doing, man? Apa
I'm
kabar?
good, man. Bagus. So bersama kita pada hari ini adalah Alvin Wee, ya, seorang kucing person, ya, kucing people yang telah pergi jauh ke Hollywood. Baiklah Alvin, sebelum kita teruskan, mungkin Alvin boleh ceritakan sikit, cerita pasal diri Alvin, ya. And bagi tuan-tuan dan puan-puan di luar, ya, beliau sekarang berada di California, United States of America. So Alvin, you can introduce yourself and tell a little bit about yourself. Dipersilakan.
Hello. Like Salleh said, my name is Alvin Wee. Saya dari Kuching. Dulu bersekolah di sekolah Lodge. Pasya, when I turned 22, I came to US and then lepas tu I moved to California and worked. I originally grew up in Kuching. I went to school there. I used to jam in Sabekas. I used to hang out with people there. And now I make music for a living. I write songs. I produce music, and I mix film scores. And film scores are the music yang mun kau nangga cerita wayang ke apa, like it's what they call the background music. So like mun ada orchestra ka atau like drum ka or synth and all that, masa sudah like action scene, like then you hear all the music underneath. That's the stuff that I work on. And and now I live in Los Angeles, California, but I try to go back to Kuching as much as I can.
A lot of people knows Alvin Wee, is the man behind the sound of Kung Fu Panda, the Kingsman, and maybe a lot of people are wondering, actually, what part of Kung Fu Panda did you actually help out with? Right. Maybe you can explain further, and maybe you can just share with the audience out there, what are the new latest projects you're working with or working on?
Well, like I Kung Fu Panda was like a few years ago. Tapi, it was a very like important thing to me. Because about like you masa di Kuching, like I saw Kung Fu Panda on in the theater, kat wayang, and you're like, oh my god, that's so cool. So when I got involved in it, if I don't know if anyone like watched it, or if they did, if they remember, like no. Scene terakhirnya sudah mula they do tai chi and they do the thing, and they all kind of come into harmony lepas sudah keluar dari the spiritual realm. So that scene, they had a song called Kung Fu Fighting. And so they want to take that Kung Fu Fighting song, like the original Kung Fu Fighting song was like 2 minutes. Tapi sometimes a scene is like 4 minutes, 5 minutes ka, whatever. So how do you make a 2-minute song work in a 5-minute scene? So part of it was like, oh, maybe you can use like part of dia pun melody ka atau dia pun lirik ka atau like we use different instrumentation to like highlight different parts. And so part of it was to figure that out, like how to figure out what the music was. So if you balik, you dengar, you hear that, you're like, oh right, they sang the song like berapa kali, and then the oh or whatever, that came back a few times. So that was the part that I was very involved with. And then lepas after the movie finished, not usually biasa ada credit. So masa credit, there's always an ending song. And in Kung Fu Panda, the ending song was sung by this kid named Patrick Braska and Jay Chow. Jay Chow is a Chinese pop artist. And lagu Sidaya, you know, like they were trying to make it, you know, more like they were doing a version for the movie. Nah. So at that time I was still, you know, under the mentorship of my, you know, like my mentor at that time. His name was Alvin. Yeah, he was a producer. He produced like Pink, and he did Stereophonics, and you know, he did like I think Linkin Park, and like he's a very big time producer. So I learned a lot from him. And Masaya Nya Maja, you know, like okay, we need to figure out how to kind of like carve this song so that it works very well in the movie. So if you hear when it fades to black, not guitar, the first one that came in, that was me playing the guitar, and I was very happy to be able to. Yeah, and like you know, there was like keyboard ka, bass ka, semua. Yeah, to aku yang main ba. Yeah. So you know that obviously that was Kung Fu Panda, and like every project, my role kind of differs or it changed, kan? Because like the last Kingsman, all we did was the sound mixing, you know. We were not involved in the writing, the music. We were not involved in any of that.
But of course, no pain, no gain. Yeah. We would also like to hear a little bit of the challenges that Alvin has gone through, and maybe his tips and advices, so that we can overcome these challenges.
Right.
Alvin.
Young penting is like, you know, one of the biggest challenges is people saying no, or people telling you that you cannot do it, and it can sometimes that challenge is not like sebab like people say you cannot do it because they think you can't. They think it's very hard to do it, so they say like, oh, you know, like this, like, so rather than saying like, you know, you go put in a lot of work, they say like, just don't, you know, like it's too hard for you to try. So in that sense, you have to kind of, for me at least, kan, yang penting is like you have to always, like, you know, like you when you're young, yeah, when you're muda and bijak, right? You want to be able to understand that, you know, what if you want to do it, just do it, bah. Ibo, like don't let anyone say, oh, you know, it's don't do it. Like, even though they mean it well, they you know, like, but you believe in yourself and you say you can do it. Like, the important thing is take everything people say and, you know, and accept it, is that take it as the way that they mean it with the most love, lah. You know, they all sayang you and they don't want you to suffer. And I understand that. That is the challenge. The challenge is not the suffering, because if you love something enough, you will do anything to do it, bah. Kind of like, you know, if you love nasi goreng enough, you sanggup by, you know, drive 2 hours to go get it. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of that like mentality. So I think one of the biggest challenges is like, you know, it's more about like, you know, having people tell you you can't do this, or like it's gonna be impossible, it's gonna be very hard, you know. And the other thing is also people saying no, like they say like your music's not good enough, or this is like, you know, you're bad at what you do, or like, you know. So that's the next challenge, right? After people say you cannot do it, people say you're bad at it. And that's, you know, and like back to like, you know, Masa, like I was saying, you know, especially Sarakians, we are very resourceful. We are really talented and really amazing. And the only thing that we don't have is the opportunity. I am exact proof of what Sarakians are, that we don't give up. We are, you know, we put our head down and we work, and we are talented, and we are able to do all this, and we can stand with the world.
Straight up, point on, man. I agree with you, Alvin. And I wish I had more time to spend with you, Alvin. And maybe before we get off the show, mungkin Alvin boleh kongsikan ya, what is your next big project, Vin?
Well, the next one will be James Bond. James Bond is supposed to come out next month, tapi, you know, sebab COVID and, you know, a lot of things, you know, see that push. And you know, once the music is done, like, or at least my part is done, but I had a very tiny part in it. But once it's done, like, I don't know when it comes out. So I'm hoping for that to come out very soon. I don't know, you know. Yeah. You know, I had the song with Diane Nofaiza during Malaysia Day, and that's coming out on Spotify maybe in 2 weeks. So look out for that. I'm hoping.
Yes, definitely,
yeah. And that, you know, so that's the few things that are coming out. And Other than that, it's everything's still in the works. So
Good, man. So
Yeah.
Alvin, again, we'd like to extend our appreciation to you, brother, for spending your time with us, and in being in the States. Do take care, be safe, be safe. The people in Kuching, all the Kuching boys, people here, they miss you, man. Maybe hopefully one day you can come back, get to jam together and chill and catch up. And then
Absolutely. We'll
absolutely.
go get, yeah.
So
we'll get some tech direct together, bro.
of course. All right, Vin. So I'll catch you real soon, Vin. I'll catch
Yeah,
you real
absolutely.
soon. And if anything, I'll give you a call. And do always check out TVS also. Yeah, it's on Astro Saluran 122. Also on YouTube TVS. So whenever you are free, if you miss home, watch for TVS. All right, bro.
Absolutely. I'll
Okay,
definitely
brother.
look at
Take
TVS.
care, Vin. Take care
Thank
real
you,
soon.
bro.
And see you. And all the best to your projects, brother.
Thank you. Thank you.
Baiklah, begitu tadi perkongsian bersama dengan seorang anak Sarawak yang begitu hebat sekali. Memangnya muda dan bijak. Alvin Wee, which he shared with us about his journey from Kuching to Hollywood, berkongsi mengenai semangat kita. Jangan kita sentiasa putus asa, jangan kita sentiasa takut. Kita sentiasalah harus percaya bahawa anak-anak Sarawak memang boleh olah apa-apa aja. They can always be successful. There are a lot of Sarawakians who are very successful all around the world, and I was fortunate enough to spend my time today with Alvin Wee. We'll catch you on the next episode on Muda dan Bijak. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Sekian, terima kasih.